You only call me on the weekends when you're out and about, only chasing highs. You need me. He brings me flowers on a Tuesday. He gives me good love and something that I never thought existed. I know what I need, ain't gonna lie. I know what I want, speaking my mind now. A queen needs a king to be by her side.
Hello friends, and welcome back to another video on Living with Cambria. If you are new here, welcome. Today we are getting so much done. I really wanted to deep clean this sofa. If you saw a couple weeks back, we did a room makeover refresh on this room, but it is where our dogs do most of their hanging out, which is why I got this sofa, was the idea of it being so easy to clean. And I have to say, after this day, I can 100% vouch for how easy it is to keep it clean. I also love the way they have these cushions put in. They have a much larger zipper than a lot of other sofas, so it was super easy to get them out and back in when all was said and done. But I am just quickly taking it apart. I noticed there was some dog hair, so I figured I'd give it a really good vacuuming, and then somewhat put it back together since I knew the dogs would still want to be laying on their couch. But I have a bunch of deep cleaning going on in today's video, not just in this room. And one question I get asked all the time with us raising quail is what I do with their eggs. So I figured it would be fun to share with you a recipe. Now, when I was filming it, this was the first time I had ever made it, but I have to say it is so good. I actually ate it on some rice today, and it was absolutely amazing. Definitely something you need to try. Quail eggs are really good, but I know you can do it with regular chicken eggs as well. Also, thank you to everyone that mentioned that my audio was a little weird the past couple of videos. I was trying to go high tech and I bought a Bluetooth microphone hoping that it would make my audio better, and it did not. So I will not be using that for voiceovers from here on out. I really appreciate when anyone ever points something out like, hey, could you tweak this a little bit or that a little bit? Obviously, it doesn't matter how long I've been on YouTube. I am still always learning something new, and I learned at least the microphone I got just was not it. It was not working out. So thank you guys for pointing that out. Hopefully my audio this week is a lot better. When I was wiping down those arms, so Bailey, our St. Bernard that just ran into the house, he always uses the arms literally like a pillow and will rest his head on it. So I just took a damp washcloth with a little bit of Dawn dish soap on it, very, very little, and just wiped it down. It worked so well. I do know I can take those arms completely off and clean them, but on this day I just wanted to do a quick wipe down of them. And then going around and vacuuming. This room always needs to be vacuumed between dog food and bird food and dog hair and everything. It just gets messy all the time. The kids often are the ones that feed the dogs, and they are not the neatest when it comes to getting the food out of the containers. All right, so I have a question for you guys. I'm not sure if I want to do this or not, but I am wondering if I should do a marathon Christmas video this year or not. I don't often do them, but the reason I was thinking about possibly doing it this year is our house has changed a ton from last year to this Christmas. So I'm trying to decide if it would be cool to kind of see how I decorated last year and how the house has changed since last year, and then go into the traditional this year Christmas videos. Let me know in the comments below, or if you're like, if I want to see that, I'll go back and watch it. I haven't decided, and I would really love your guys' input if it's something you'd want to see or not. Because obviously, I make these videos for you guys, so if you don't want to see it, just let me know. But it basically, if you've never heard of a marathon video, it's where I take videos and put them all together so that you get one very long video instead of watching multiple smaller videos. Like I said, the only reason I've even considered it is the possibility of you guys wanting to see from one year to the next. Also, these mealworms are my bird's absolute favorite treats. All I have to do is walk outside with the bag, and the ducks hear it and come running. The quail hear it, and they are all by the door, and they actually like knock on the door. It is so cute. You'll literally hear their little beaks knocking on the door, waiting for me to open it. I always have to be very cautious though, because they always are so excited that they're like jumping out of their cage to get the mealworms. Also, if you're wondering where the rug is in this room, we had actually taken it outside and hung it over the fence after we had that big storm and the little bit of flooding in this room. I wanted to really hose it down and let it dry in the sun. Whenever I'm doing any big cleaning, I love using the sun to let things dry. It is a great disinfectant, deodorizer, all the things. So that is where the rug is. You'll actually see Bobby and I bringing it in a little bit later. But yeah, we wanted anything that was on the ground that had gotten wet, we wanted to take outside and let air clean and dry out there. Luckily, our sunroom did not flood nearly as bad as it did last year during Hurricane Ian, but we did still have some patchwork and fixing that we had to go in and do, unfortunately. Kind of just comes with owning an older house and not knowing all its little quirks yet. We're still learning, but now I'm just going in and giving it a really good mop. I'm just using some Pine Sol in my water and going through it that way. I love using Pine Sol. You guys are probably so sick of hearing me say it, but ever since moving down here to Florida, it is one of my go-to cleaners. Between this and Thieves Cleaner, I pretty much use nothing else.
I guess you never think about things like I do, like how we used to fight till we cried, can't undo. Now we got it right, so come home, I miss you. 'Cause baby, you've changed me, I know right now.
I had noticed once we lifted the couch that there was some dog hair and stuff that had collected underneath the couch, so I wanted to go and take care of that right away. We lifted the couch like this, that way we could bring the rug in. Originally my plan was that we would bring the rug in, put the couch down right away, and finish putting the cushions and stuff on it later. But with it hanging over the fence, it had some ripples and stuff in it. You'll see it here in a second. So I actually ended up leaving the rug just to lay flat like this for an entire day without the couch on it or anything, to kind of let those wrinkles and things just relax. It's the easiest way. If you have books and stuff, you can like weight down the corners if you need, but realistically, I notice as long as you just give it time, it normally flattens itself. But moving on to the kitchen, I knew I had a Walmart delivery coming to restock some of the kids' snacks and other things in the house. So trying to get the kitchen quickly tidied up. That way, when that came, I could start restocking our pantry. So a while back, I had gotten this Temu cleaner. I showed it in a video, it was weeks ago, but I liked it because it had this little handle, and my short self has a harder time cleaning the backsplash because I have to lean so far over to get at it, that just having this little bit of an extra reach with this handle has been so nice to get this backsplash cleaned. I am pretty religious on cleaning my backsplash, and I think that has come after helping other people clean their house. And I notice how greasy backsplashes can get if you don't stay on top of them. So absolutely love this little handle. I think it was actually meant for like cleaning your windshield in your car. Know how with the angle and stuff it can sometimes be hard to get certain areas of it, but I have to say I love it for the backsplash. And then going in and cleaning around my stove, look how grimy this gets. I do every couple of weeks pull the stove out and clean it, but I don't do that regularly. Often I just go in with a wet wipe and a butter knife, and you can see how much just like grease and food and dust and everything that collects on the sides of the glass top.
You know the feeling, well, join the club. Just keep on running, don't you ever give up. Oh, we are as delicate people. Handle me with compassion and care. Yes.
Oh, so going back to the kitchen restock, it reminds me I have some cleaning and organizing, decluttering videos coming up on my Helping Hand series, which I am so excited about. I know I have with one woman that I'm going to be helping with her kitchen and pantry, which I always really enjoy doing. I know when it comes to your kitchen and pantry, it can be really overwhelming, but to have your workspace work for you is always a huge help. And then I am also talking with another person who she has an office slash craft room that she needs some decluttering and organizing and cleaning in. So definitely stay tuned for those. Like I said, we have those in the works. I'm talking with them now. So hopefully soon you'll see that on one of my next Helping Hand videos.
Yes, we all are delicate people. Oh, we are as delicate.
Now this restock is definitely a little bit of everything. I don't like to go too far into like restocking and what I have, because I feel like often when you see people's restock, they like get the best looking things there are. And mine are just very realistic. I've got some bread, I've got some snacks, I've got some vegetables, cereal. We were out of paper towels as well as paper plates. So honestly, just a little bit of everything. I actually got these pumpkins though, because I heard that they are really good for birds, and I've seen a lot of people having their birds like carving their own pumpkins. So you'll see the boys here in a little bit just putting some like pre-holes in there. That way all of the birds can have a little bit of a snack. Plus, it's just kind of fun to see them eating through the different pumpkins. But organizing these kid snacks, I keep these on the lower shelf. That way kids can easily get at it. So I do fruit snacks, which I'm always going through a ton of fruit snacks. I've gotten to where I get the individual cookies, which I know can seem just like not worth the price. But for my family, it definitely is, because when I get like a big box of Oreos, the kids will just demolish it. They're not too good at the whole portion control thing. I think that's most kids though. But when I get individually portioned stuff, it always lasts a lot longer. The kids aren't just demolishing the snacks. And I don't know about you, but my grocery bill has gone up a ton over the past couple of years. So sometimes you have to look for the more affordable stuff, but also sometimes you have to think practical and what works best for your family. And for us, it's these individually portioned stuff. I notice we don't go through it as quickly, which in the long run allows us to save some money. Also, don't be afraid. Xander is a professional with this butter knife. He was safe, even though in fast speed, it looks very dangerous what he's doing. But yeah, both the boys were just given some pre-holes. The big pumpkin's going to be going to the ducks, and then the 2 smaller ones would go in each of the quail cages.
No more spark, but a solid mark that our time is running out. Ended like we start, explosively woke my heart. No one could foresee the way you were disarming me. Oh.
And then once I got all the dishes put away, it was time to move on to my stove. Stove definitely needed some TLC. So I started with my oven cleaner and I just sprayed it over everything. The grates, the inside, the door, absolutely everything. I put a really good thick layer on it all. And then I let that sit for, I think it was an hour or 2. And then I came back and wiped it clean. This gets rid of a lot of that like initial grime and everything. I do have a self-clean oven though. And I know I've heard mixed reviews about self-clean ovens of them being good or bad. I don't know. I've always used mine. I don't know if that's the right thing or not. But I like doing both. I like using oven cleaner and I like using my self-clean oven. So after I wiped out all of this gunk, and like I said, you can see there is a lot. There's always just pizza splatter or, I don't know, a little bit of everything. I definitely do use this oven and cook, and you can tell by how dirty it gets.
Just like a firecracker, just like a
And then I'm just giving the grates a really good rinse. This does get the majority of it off. And if you leave the oven cleaner on overnight, I know a lot of people say saran wrap and stuff. That definitely does help if it's a lot of buildup. But this seemed to get most of it off. And my plan was to do this and then let the self-cleaning oven work overnight and me come back to it in the morning. And I actually got, I think it was Instagram, one of you guys sent me a reel of someone putting her cooking sheets. So here are my cooking sheets. You can see well used, well loved. She placed them in the oven upside down and then ran her self-cleaning oven. And y'all, this was amazing. Here in just a second, you're gonna see the after. Now, is it 100% perfect? No. But made a huge difference. Don't waste your time with the scrubbing and everything. As you guys know, like these are clean. I clean my oven or clean my sheets every time I use them, but there's just buildup that doesn't get off. But you can see, look it. These look practically brand new. Like I said, this is the next day, and I will definitely be doing this every time I self-clean my oven. I will be throwing some sort of cooking sheets in here. I actually want to try this with my popover pan because that one's getting kind of grimy, and I think it'll work just as well. But now that that is all done, I'm taking the grates out again, and then I'm going to spray this down with some Dawn Power Wash to get off any remaining residue. I didn't worry about making sure all the oven cleaner was off perfectly the day before because I knew I'd be running this self-cleaning portion and giving it another thorough wipe down today.
to find my path, see the planet from greater heights. I have found a place out of time and space. Far from
I will say though, there is nothing more satisfying to me than a really clean oven. It takes a lot of work. It does. Even with all the tips and tricks out there, it's still a lot of work. Even if you spray the oven cleaner on it, saran wrap, and just have to wipe it out the next day, it's still a lot to do. So I always love having it very fresh and clean. But moving into the bedroom, cleaning up Freya's little floor bed because yes, she was in our room again the night before, and then moving the computer into the closet and making the bed. That way I could bring in the robot vacuum to mop and vacuum these floors. This is pretty much a daily thing. I love that robot vacuum. It makes it so easy to keep up on things, especially when, as a mom of 3, I am always going and doing something. This was actually the day of my meet and greet, so you guys may recognize this outfit. This is everything I was getting done in the morning before going and meeting a bunch of you guys. So I knew I had to get all this stuff done. I had that meet and greet from 2 to 4. Yeah, 2 to 4 on Saturday. And I told Bobby I wanted to get there a little early just in case we could like figure out where we wanted to sit or hang out and whatnot. Oh, also, I keep getting a bunch of questions about this diffuser. I found this diffuser right on Amazon. I love it. I love that it just looks like a decor piece. It looks like some fake succulents in a pot. Absolutely love it. But now just moving on to some never-ending laundry. This was a mishmash of a load, though. I had kids' clothes in here. I had pool towels in here. I had cleaning cloths in here. I literally had a little bit of everything. So I just wanted to quickly fold all the towels, and then I had Xander come in and grab the boys' clothes. That way he could put that stuff away, and I went and put Freya's stuff away along with the different cleaning cloths.
I just wanna help. I don't know how to make it clearer. I just wanna go home alone. I need some time alone. Yeah, you look perfect, you're my type.
So it's funny watching Freya down here because she is such a little Florida girl. She is been complaining about being chilly. We have been having a little bit cooler weather. Now this is cooler compared to Florida, not up north. I'm telling you that right now. We have been getting nights in the 60s and days in the mid to low 70s, which has been amazing. I swear the South's fall is like the North's spring. And I mean that by, know how in the springtime, if you're up north, it's like the best time of year because you can open the windows, air out your house. It just feels so fresh in the air. That is what fall is down here. These first couple of days where it hasn't been so hot and so humid, and I've actually been able to open the windows, let the air flow throughout the house, has felt amazing. But with that, Freya has been complaining about being chilly. So she is in her full-on footsie pajamas, or as she says, her cozy clothes, hanging out in the house because, yeah, she is definitely my little Florida girl. She is already full-on used to the weather down here, and the mornings that it's been like 65, she has been chilly. I'm trying to remember how she put it this morning. I cannot remember how she worded it, but it was so cute, and I just kind of giggled. But I get it. I'm sitting here right now doing this voiceover with a like sweater shrug on because it is a little chilly outside, at least compared to what we've been used to. All right, so this is sped up 16 times, so I'm not going to lie and be like, oh, this was like super crazy easy to do. This is still putting pillows into cushions, which is never the easiest. But I will say this was much easier than any other couch that I've dealt with. Like our outside furniture with just having a one-sided zipper is extremely difficult. But the idea that these are like two-sided zippers, so out of the 4 sides, it opens up 2 sides, makes a huge difference with putting this back together. I think when I looked at my camera and how much I had recorded, it was about 16 minutes worth of footage. And 16 minutes to get the entire couch put back together is not that bad. You guys know if you have furniture where you can unzip it and wash it and stuff, that it can take forever.
Can you be trusted? Will you take me for granted? Will you let me down? I know I'm feeling something.
All right, now on to my little quail egg recipe. I'm starting by hard boiling my quail eggs. These don't take that long to hard boil. You're literally looking at 5 to 10 minutes, and I put them into the boiling water and I mix them, which for quail eggs are very important. That way the yolks settle more in the center. And then my mom has this really cool peeler for the quail eggs. Normally, I can do them by hand. It's not that difficult. But on this day, I was peeling a ton of them. And this machine is a game changer. But we are going to be marinating them in some soy sauce. I've seen this recipe or variations of this recipe all over my TikTok feed. And it has looked so good that I knew I wanted to try it. And I knew I had to do it the day before our little Sunday get-together with my parents because my dad really wanted to try this also. So after I did the soy, I then added in some garlic. I don't have exact recipes. If you guys follow me, you know I don't go off of recipes for the most part. I find something that I like and just kind of wing it. So measure with your heart. And then I have some rice wine vinegar. Once again, I'm just kind of winging it here, making sure everything's covered and marinated. It said to use Asian chilies, so I grabbed this chili paste. This is not the one I normally get, but it worked and it tasted really good.
Before I'm too invested, I should probably ask you all my questions. Get to know.
And now I'm adding some green onions. They use pretty much all the green onions, so the whites and all, I just kind of went till it looked like my bowl had enough green onions, and I'm just using my kitchen scissors because why not? This is easier than chopping. So just using the scissors to make my life so much easier.
My heart is at war with my thoughts. Oh, and I don't know which side is better. I try to connect all the dots. Oh, to let you in behind my shelter. You could fit into my life when it's daylight and it's night. I would give away my soul, but is it worth it? I don't know.
And then I had actually almost forgot that in all the recipes, they added some sort of sweetener. If it was honey or brown sugar, I decided to go with honey for mine. But I had literally almost forgot, and I knew this was a big part, so I'm glad I remembered to add some honey. I think brown sugar would be just as good. Kind of use what you have on hand, and you can play with it a little bit. That is what I love about cooking, is it doesn't always have to be perfectly precise. But then I put this in the fridge to marinate overnight. And like I said, I had this again today. And this is 2 days later. And it was so good over some white rice with that sauce drizzled on top. It was amazing.
I don't know. I don't.
All right, so the eggs have sat overnight. I have them in here, but since I haven't made this before, I wanted to do a little taste test with you guys and see how they actually taste. So this was just soy sauce and the rice wine vinegar, green onions, garlic, chili paste. What else? Honey. I can't remember what else. That might have been all of it. Let's see. Oh, that's actually really good. That with some white rice or, I don't know. That is really good. I made this, though, because I'm bringing it over to Mom and Dad's house. And we're going to taste test over there because my dad's been wanting to try something like this anyway. And I'm like, well, I'm making up a batch. So I'm bringing this over. Mom's making, I think, stuffed shells. So I'm also bringing a salad and some garlic bread, but oh, I got a pepper in that last, like, scrape off the fork, and it's spicy. But I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all the things. I gotta finish getting stuff ready to go over to Mom and Dad's house, but we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.